Hello and welcome into biology. At this point in time, we are discussing on what is termed as cells. In respect to the examination, when we talk about cells, I want you to understand that in every given examination, there is about 99.9% of question one being on cells. As such, it is important that you understand certain things in respect to cells. So, what is it that a candidate ought to know in respect to cells? One, you must be able to understand the basic structure of the cell, that is the animal cell and the plant cell. When we talk about understand the basic structure, you must be able to identify the parts of the basic structure of the animal cell and the plant cell. Not just that, you must be able to state the functions of the identified structures of the cell. Advancing from there, you must be able to identify the structures on what is termed as the detailed structure, which can be the mitochondria, the ribosomes, the Golgi bodies, and the endoplasmic reticulum. When that is understood, you need to understand cell specialization. And when we talk about cell specialization, we're talking about plant and animal specialized cells. So as a biology candidate, upon looking at a given cell, you must be able to understand to say, okay, this is a root hair cell, this is a palisade cell. Okay, this one is from the animal cells, this one is the red blood cell, this one is the male cell. After you're able to identify, you must be able to state the functions. And when you're able to state the functions, you must be able to state adaptation. Adaptation simply means what makes a certain cell to be able to carry out a certain function. Finally, you must be able to state location of a given cell. They might ask you to say, where in the human body are the ciliated cells found? You must know that they are found in the respiratory tract. They are also found in the female reproductive organ, precisely in the womb or the fallopian tube. So after that part, you must be able to identify cell organization, which is to do with what is termed as a group of organelles make up a tissue, a group of organelles makes up a cell, a group of cells makes up a tissue, a group of tissues makes up an organ, and a group of organs makes up a system. A group of systems make up an organism. You must be able to understand that and give examples. When you're able to do that, we're good to go. Therefore, let us start up with the answering of the questions that have come recently on cells. So, from 2024, we are told to say identify the parts labeled A, B, and C. So, A, this is the cytoplasm. A is the cytoplasm. A is the cytoplasm. Then a B, this one is the cell membrane. B is the cell membrane. C, this one is the nucleus. C is the nucleus. Then they're asking us to say, identify two organelles present only in the plant cell. I want you to understand that the two organelles present only in the plant cell, they are one, we have what is termed as the chloroplast. Chloroplast is only found in the plant cell and also the cell wall. Do not say vacuole, because the vacuole is sometimes present in what is termed as the animal cell, and when present it is mostly many and central. From there they're saying that explain the function of the part labeled B. So B, that is the cell membrane. The cell membrane controls what goes inside and outside the cell. So the cell membrane controls what goes inside and outside the cell. Then they're saying that describe the effect on the cell in figure 1 if it was placed in a hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution refers to a concentrated solution. Hypotonic, low concentrated solution. Isotonic, two concentrations at equal concentration. Now, when you talk about cells and osmosis, please always keep in mind that whenever a cell is put in a hypertonic solution, be it an animal cell or a plant cell, it will lose water to the hypertonic solution. As such, it will shrink and crinkle. If it is a plant cell, it will plasmolyze or become flaccid. If it is an animal cell, it will crenate. But if you put any cell, be it plant or animal, in a hypotonic solution, it will gain water due to osmosis, expand and stretch. If it is a plant cell, it will become turgid. If it is an animal cell, it will lysis. So cell lysis is the bursting open of an animal cell due to osmotic gain of water. So in this case, what will happen to this cell? This is an animal cell. So when it is put in a hypertonic solution, it will lose water due to osmosis, after which it will crenate. So the animal cell when put in a hypertonic solution, will lose water due to osmosis. Then afterwards, it will crenate. So this is how you'd go about answering this problem of the year 2024. From there, they're saying that 2023 is saying that figure 1 shows changes which take place when a plant cell is placed in a solution of a known concentration from stage 1 to stage 3. Identify the parts labeled A and B. So A, that is the cytoplasm there. If you remember, I did say it is important that you are able to identify. Then B, that is the vacuole. B, that is the vacuole. Then they're saying that using the changes shown in figure 1, explain what could have been the concentration of the solution in which the cell was placed compared to the cell sap. Now, if you look at this plant cell here, it has shrinked and crinkled. So if it has shrinked and crinkled, it can only mean that it was put in a this is hypertonic solution. This one was put in a hypertonic solution. Then it goes on to say, what term is given to the process that led to the changes shown from figure 1 to figure 3, or from stage 1 to stage 3? This one is what we call osmosis. So osmosis is responsible for this. Then they're asking to say, what would be the overall effect of this process on the plant cell? This one will be wilting. It will wilt. So when a plant cell loses water due to osmosis, it will shrink and crinkle. This the effect of this is wilting, and wilting is into two. We have temporal and permanent. Temporal can be reversed, permanent cannot be reversed. Then it says, which of the 3 stages in figure 1 could be classified as staged? This one will be stage 1. Name 2 other processes that make substances to move into and outside the cell. We have what is termed as active transport, and we have, of course, what is termed as diffusion, which is the movement of particles from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. So this is it for 2023. Then we also have 2023. Now I don't know which one is in 10. Okay, this one should be GC, or either ways we'll figure it out from that end. Then we are saying that identify cell A, B, and C. So A, this one is a nerve cell. This is a nerve cell. B, this one is a root hair cell. This one is a root hair cell. Then C, this one is a ciliated cell. This one is a ciliated cell. Then they're saying that state a part of the living organism in which the specialized cell B and C are normally found. So B are found at the roots. Then how about C? This one is found in the uterus, or you can say in the that is respiratory tract. In the respiratory tract. That's why you can find this. It can be found in the respiratory tract. And then it goes on to say, explain the function of each of the cells above. So we are saying that A conducts electrical. It conducts electrical impulses. That's what it conducts. Then we have B. This one anchors the plant to the ground. It anchors the plant to the ground. If you don't want to say it anchors the plant to the ground, you can equally say that it absorbs water and mineral salts from the ground. Ciliated cell. This one we are saying that it traps dust. This one traps dust particles in the respiratory tract. Then from there we have 2022, which says that identify the part labeled H. H in this case is the cell membrane. H is the cell membrane. Then how does part H differ from I? So we are going to say H is the cell membrane, I is the cell wall. So you say H is selective permeable. H is selective permeable, while I is fully permeable. The word permeable comes from the word permit. Explain the function of the structure labeled J. The structure labeled J is known as the vacuole. This one is the vacuole. To which group of living organism does the F belong to? It belongs to animals. And then they are saying that we are given cell organization. A group of organelles makes up K, which will be cells. Then A group of tissues makes up what is termed as an organ. Then they're saying that state the level of cell organization at which the muscle is found. It is found at a tissue level. Give one example of the system in plants and animals. In plants, we can talk about, of course, what is termed as excretory system. Then in plants, we can talk about digestive system if we wish. So this is how questions have come in the exam based on cells. In the next video, we'll be discussing on what is termed as osmosis. Thank you.